This conference will now be recorded.
Right. So today, which topic will start? So okay. So we have some pending, right? CloudWatch. Yeah, we'll discuss that one. So yesterday we discussed all these things: metrics, logs, and building and alarms, custom logs, custom metrics. All these things are all very important. Very important. Whatever we discussed yesterday. That video I didn't upload today night. I will upload. Okay. So here you can see some events and some rules and events. You can see something here. So CloudWatch events delivers a near real-time streams of system events that describe changes in Amazon in resources. Yeah, something happened. For example, you have some Lambda or auto scaling, elastic load balance, or something. Okay, so these changes happens, then we will get the notifications. Then we can configure the rules. For example, something. Okay, take it auto scaling. Something changes in auto scaling. Something changes means not server down. Server down is different. This is alarms. Server down, threshold is different. Something changes in configuration. In a auto scaling configuration, ELB configuration, some like okay, or lambda functions, all those things. We can create the rules. Means whenever there are any changes in particular service, changes means like not server down or CPU threshold, memory threshold, all that is different. That is we discussed yesterday, right? Alarms, that is different. Something any configuration level, if we get any changes under, then we will get some notifications. So you can see here, changes in your environment, like same in environment or any services. If you get any configuration changes, any modifications, then we will get the notifications. Okay, here you can schedule it. So pixel it. So whenever you want, so here you can pixel it or event pattern something. Service name, for example, take auto scaling, event all events. Something in auto scaling, something happened. Like any configuration changes, then we will get the notification. Okay, so here I can define my in this I have some one email ID, right? One email ID. Okay, this is a SNS topic. Here we will provide the email ID to this topic, right? To this email ID, so we will get I will get the one notification. Okay, Uday, clear?
Yes, Siddharth.
Okay, same. Here we can get the rules. Okay. So whenever something happened in this particular service, then we will get the notifications. It's very simple. Okay, right. So that's it. CloudWatch. So the custom metrics, custom logs, these events, and all are very important. And very easy. Also. It's very easy CloudWatch. Okay, right. Any questions, Uday? Hari? Hari, I think he didn't right. Uday, any questions, Uday?
No problem. So what are the event buses?
Even buses. Same thing. Here, right? If you create something, some put events, API calls, and other accounts, stand up. Okay, so event bus accept the events from the okay. Bus accept the events from area service. I am also not sure, Uday. Okay, so this is a new feature. Okay, so I will check and I'll let you know later.
Okay.
Okay, okay, right. Yes, so that is CloudWatch. It's very important and very easy also. Just practice. Just let me know. Just go to the FAQs. Don't forget FAQs. It's very important FAQs. Okay. Again, I'm saying if don't forget FAQs. Don't ignore FAQs. Right. Right. So now which topic we'll discuss? Uday? DNS or S3?
Anything, no issues. In Route 53, how we are going to do this Route 53? That means we are going to use website or how?
If you want to practice, then you can register the one domain name. Okay, if you want.
Okay, there are free domains also available. With the help of that also we
Yes.
can practice, right?
Free domains in AWS.
Not AWS,
No,
outside
you
AWS.
are, so yeah, we are practicing AWS, right? We need domain in AWS.
Okay, but suppose I have domain name that is registered with another service provider apart from AWS, so that also we can use, right?
You can use, but
I mean,
you have to migrate the domain to AWS. Then only you can use it.
uh, how because I did once that practice that I registered that domain with HostGator. Okay, and I used EC2 instance to host website. Okay,
Uh-huh.
then with that uh, in HostGators in the domain name that I have selected, there will be the
Uh-huh.
DNS option. Then I need to provide uh, DNS details of AWS in there. So that kind of configuration it was done last year actually. I am not able to remember properly, but I did managed it.
Okay, fine. Okay, that we'll see. We'll discuss in the DNS. Okay, now we start S3. Okay.
Okay, okay.
We'll start S3. Once done S3, then we'll start the DNS. So S3, DNS, then cloud formation, cloud front, direct connect, databases. There's small topics. Okay, right. Any idea about S3? Uday, Hari? Any idea about S3?
Yes, it is object-based storage provided by AWS.
Uh-huh.
So it is just like Dropbox. I mean, not just like Dropbox, but similar to Dropbox concept.
Okay, all right. Yeah. See, so it's also one of the storage service. So S3 also one of the storage service. So we can store our data into S3 unlimitedly. Means in internet, okay, internet. It's kind of like that same the Dropbox or Google Drive, whatever. It's similar to Google Drive or Dropbox something. So AWS main storage service S3 can serve many purposes when designing high available fault tolerant. These things we'll already discuss. Here in S3 we can store our data into S3 means internet. Unlimitedly, there's no limit. Unlimitedly, we can store our data into S3. So there's some okay, storage depends upon our cost and the availability, durability. There are some storage classes we'll discuss, and we can maintain the versionings like file one, file version one, version two for same file. For example, I have one file one. For that file one, we can maintain the version one, like versions, different versions, version one, version two, those kind of things and all. And storage is different depending upon our cost, durability, availability. There are some multiple like so storage classes we will discuss. So all these things are just okay. So and life cycles, for example, okay, I have one file, right? So like it's kind of like retention. After how many days I can remove or I can archive something. Some life cycles also we have. These things we'll discuss. Okay, all these things. Object stays within the AWS region and are synced across all. You can see here. Here we can store our object in one region. Okay, but by default it will sync across all available zones. For example, if I upload my objects in Mumbai region, in Mumbai region we have two available zones, right? In two zones, it will be automatically it will sync. Just leave it. So we have one concept, okay, bucket. Bucket means simple, like it's storage container. Storage container. Here, this is the S3, right? So if I want to upload my data into S3, I should create the bucket. Means it's one kind of container. It's kind of folder, not exactly folder, similar to folder, not exactly folder. Bucket means so storage container. In that bucket, we can store our objects or all our data. Buckets are the main storage container of S3 and contain a grouping of information and they have sub namespaces, that is something. So just these are limitations, all those things. Here I'm creating one bucket. Go here, just create one bucket. So this is the this bucket names are unique. Okay, each bucket must have a unique name across all of AWS. It's unique. If you test or not, it will not create. The next, yes, bucket already, but it's unique. Already it was there. So if you give caps or any like this okay special characters, it will not allow. So February 27th, 2019. We'll see some name, some unique name, whatever you want. Region, which region you want to upload your data, whatever region you want, you can select. Okay, just this is settings from the. If you want to copy settings from other bucket, you can copy it. Next, these are the versioning that we will discuss later. Means we can maintain the versions, version 1, version 2, all those things. We can discuss all these things later. So like access, we'll discuss later. Just review, just create bucket. So here I have created one bucket. Bucket on. So again I'll do one more bucket. So February 27th, 2019, new some unique name. So okay, so this is just versioning. All these things we'll discuss later. Okay, here you can see this is like access, public access something. So black new public access. Okay, here red. You can see here. These are like here we can manage the public access. By default, this bucket will be private. If you want to allow to public, we can allow. So here we can change all these things under. You can see here, so black new public ACLs and uploading public objects recommended. Remove something. Just these are the like access levels. Who can access? Where from where can we access? All these things we can set up here. This we'll discuss later. Same thing again. Okay. So like this, we can create the buckets. What happened? Create bucket. So what happened here? Created successfully. Error setting properties and permissions on the bucket. Error setting properties and permissions on buckets. So this we'll see. Now if we have one bucket, right? So in this bucket, okay, in this bucket, I can upload my objects, my data, my objects, my data. Objects. Your data. Objects means your data. Okay, so your data. So maximum one single file. The size should be the 5 TB. Single file. At a time, we can upload up to the single file. The single file size should be the 5 TB. But in S3, we can upload our data into unlimited. But the single file size should be the 5 TB. If you have more than 5 TB, then we have one more option like multi-upload. So you can use the multi-upload that we'll discuss later. Okay. So objects means your data. Okay. Same thing for data. So upload, add files. You can, if you want, you can drag and drop like this. Okay. From your desktop, you can drag and drop also here. Otherwise, just you can add files, something, for example, anything. Desktop. Something in one file, just in one file. Sample AWS resume. Okay, fine. So next, here you can see it. These are the like access levels, like who can access. These all those things we can mod. Okay, we can so configure that options here. So that we'll discuss later, one by one. These are storage classes. It depends upon your cost, availability, durability. There are multiple storage classes. We'll discuss later. Just permissions, just review. Okay, all these things are just upload. One is done. So now I have uploaded my data here. Okay, this is object bucket. Any questions here, Jose? Hari?
No, Ram. Okay.
Hari, any questions, Hari? Okay, fine. Let me see here, right? Permissions. Okay, if you click this thing. Okay, so so using this, right, using this thing, so we can access that path, that file, whatever file I use. Okay, using this object URL. This is my object URL, So using this, okay, this URL, so others, third party can access this URL, but by default it's private. By default it is private. If you browse that link, so I think some access denied. Means by default it is private. If you want to make public, you can see here. Here you can make it. You can make it public. Here, make public. If you want to make public, access denied. Make public, access denied. Permissions. You can see here also. So public access. So give everyone. So read whatever I want to read. Okay, so whatever you want to read or write something, you can give here. So what happened? So just read, anyone select, save it. So it is not updating, access denied. Any idea? So it's getting access denied. Okay, so why? Because okay, if you see my bucket, oh, some okay, yeah, I blocked the access. You can see public access settings enabled. Enabled one public access is enabled bucket policy. No, tax disabled, versioning disabled. It should work. Just let me check once again. Just create public access settings. Public access settings for selected buckets. Block new public ACLs. Remove public access, block new public, block. This is not required. So just 1 second. Okay, here, right, while creating bucket, so now if you go here, make public. Okay, now you can see here. I'll tell you. So create bucket, just some bucket name, Feb 27th, new something, some name, some unique name. Next, so this we'll discuss later. Here you can see, means here I'm blocking. I'm blocking my all these things. Just disable these things. Okay. Then only, so we can give access to public. Okay. Next. So now here I will upload anyone now. Whatever you want, you can just upload. So, sample resume. Sample resume. Just upload. So by default it is private. So this is the my object URL. If you browse this URL, by default it is private. By default it is private. If you want to make public, so you can make here. You can see here, make public. Just click. Otherwise, you can go here, permissions. Both are same. Both are same. Here you can see public access. Click everyone. So whatever access you want, so read, write, or something, whatever you want, you can give it and save it. Okay. So now if I refresh now, I can see here my file is downloaded. If browser the link, so here my file is downloaded. What was it? Hari, any questions here?
No question, Ram.
Right. Okay. So now we'll discuss storage classes. Storage, Hari, are you able to hear me? I think it's a mute something. Okay, fine. It depends upon right our cost, availability, durability. There are multiple storage classes. Was there any idea about backup, any tool, backup tool or storage tools? Any backup concepts or storage concepts in your data center? Something?
I have not worked on any specific tool, but I know there is, there are different types of backup, differential backup, then full
Yes.
backup. Yeah. So that I know.
Yeah. So there's one thing there, and one more thing here. So there's some different type of storage classes. Like depends upon cost, availability, depends on storage classes. Same thing here also. A storage class represents the classification assigned to each object in S3. So the default is just okay. Current storage class types are standard. This is just the types of storage classes. Standard, reducible, infrequent. We have a total of 5. So recently they introduced one more thing: one zone infrequent access. In this document we have only 4, but recently before 2 months or 3 months, so they introduced one more thing: one zone infrequent access. We'll discuss. Depends upon cost, availability, durability, right? So there are different type of storage classes: standard, redundancy, infrequent access, one zone infrequent access, glacier, all those things and all. Standard means designed for general, like general and all-purpose storage. This is the default one. You can see here. So if you go your file something and all, you can see storage class standard. By default, it is standard. Standard means it designed for general all-purpose storage. So 11.9 durability. So any idea? Jose, what is the durability? Any idea? What is the durability?
Durability. Durability means I'm not able to explain actually.
Okay, fair. Okay. Like you see here, 11.9 durability 11.9 means, for example, don't know. So just make it some 100 crores, for example, some 11.9, okay, 100 crores. If I upload 100 course files, I can retrieve this percentage. Means if I upload 100 course objects, 100 course files, I can retrieve this much percentage files. Okay, this is the durability. Okay, for example, if I upload 100 some 100 files, for example 100 files, I can retrieve this much percentage of files or data. Means there may be loss only something only 0 point something, some only 0.001% only loss something. Okay, means this much percentage of files, this much percentage of data you can restore, you can retrieve from the Amazon if you upload your data. Okay, Uday?
Okay, you mean to say, suppose if I am uploading any file, okay, so in case of hardware failure or something in the backend that happens, still that file will be available to me at all the time, means 99.99% it will be available to me always. That is availability. And durability means, so whenever I can access my file, that file will be in proper condition, uh, so that I can restore it in place of my original file. That is what you mean to say, durability.
Uday, just leave it availability. We are discussing durability. Just leave it availability. Okay, let me explain durability. Durability means, for example, if you upload some data, whatever data, for example, you upload data, you can restore. For example, I uploaded my data into S3 in standard storage class. If I want to restore how much data, how much percentage I can restore, means I can restore this much percentage. I can't restore 100% data. For one file, two files, you can restore 100%. Just assume that you uploaded some 100 course files into S3 in standard storage class. You can't restore, you can't retrieve the 100 course files. There will be loss some 0.001%. Means if you upload some data like 100 course objects or 100 course files, you can restore the this much percentage.
Okay, Ram, that's mean you want to say durability means chances of getting file corrupted is
Yes.
minimum.
Like
Okay, that is
minimum,
what
like
durability.
yes, 0.00 something, whatever it may be. Okay.
Okay, that means 99.119 times it will be, that data will be always in good condition.
Yes,
That
always in
means
good condition.
durability.
Yes, exactly. So
Okay,
that much percentage
okay,
data, we can restore it. We can retrieve it.
okay,
Means
okay.
yeah, they are claiming that they are claiming. So okay, so like this much percentage. If you go for any like OpenStack or some other cloud and all, sometimes they will claim 100%. It depends upon their vendor. AWS claiming, so they can okay, so we can restore like this much percentage of data. If you go for any other vendor, OpenStack or some VMware, so sometimes they will claim 100% also. It depends upon the vendor. Here, so
Okay,
our if some data, for example, some data, okay, my data will be good condition and this was percentage 99, some 11 nines. This was percentage I can restore, I can get the good data. There will be loss only some very minimal, whatever it may be 0.001% something only loss. Means just that percentage that the database is claiming that much percentage.
okay, Ram, got it.
So 4 nines availability. Four nines availability means, for example, if I upload my data into Mumbai region, in Mumbai region we have multiple zones, right? So automatically it will sync in all available zones. How much percentage is this much percentage? Automatically it will sync with all other available zones. How much percentage, this much percentage, it will sync automatically with all other zones. For example, take it like a North Virginia. In North Virginia we have 6 available zones. If I upload my data into North Virginia region, So my data will sync with all other available resources within that region. So this much percentage data, this much percentage of the chances there will, okay, it will sync with all other available resources within the region. Like availability, simple, just availability.
Okay, you mean to say availability means suppose if there is some activity in the data center, so that time there will be downtime, and in downtime data will not be available in normal case. But in AWS, the chances of downtime is very less. That means your object
Yes,
will be always available.
exactly. Yeah.
Okay.
So it's the most expensive. So very most expensive. Why? Because they're providing so 11 nines durable rate. So that's why it's very expensive. Okay, Uday, any questions here in standard first class?
No question, Ram.
So reduce redundancy. So it's designed for non-critical or reproducible objects. This is purely designed for the non-critical data or reproducible data. Durability 4 nines, availability 4 nines. It is less expensive than the standard storage class. So mainly it is designed for the non-critical data or reproducible data. For example, if I lost something, so let it go. For example, I have a data on file, some take it in a resume. I uploaded my resume to S3 RRS. For example, by mistake, if I lose my data in S3 also, again I can reproduce, right? So those type of reproducible data are non-critical data, not important data, we can upload into RRS. You can see here only 4 nines durability.
Okay, okay.
It's very important, okay, very important. But here we are seeing is very easy, but tomorrow if you go production something like that, it will be very confusing. So that you have to try to understand, just read like many times and try to understand this concept. Infrequent access designed for objects that you do not frequently access, but must be immediately available when accessed. Durability for 11 nines, availability 4 nines, less expensive than the these two. Infrequent means infrequently will access the data, but the must be immediately available when accessed. This is the infrequent access. Any questions, Uday?
No, Ram.
So Glacier, it is archive. Archive means so these three. Here we have one more thing. One zone infrequent access. That I will show you. So on Glacier, these three are the backup solutions. So the Glacier is archive, but long term. Archive means long term. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, 7 years, 10 years, are lifelong. Designed for long term archival storage, not to be your backups. So it may take several hours to restore. If you want to restore data from Glacier, it will take some time. That time I will show you later. Durability is the very cheapest cost. I think so, 1 cent for 1 GB for one. I think that's cost. So very cheap. Right. Any questions, Uday?
So far, no question.
Okay. So here you can see by the default is storage standard. Okay. If you want, you can change later also. You can see here properties. Here you can change storage classes, whatever storage class you want. Okay. Here by default standard. You can see here. Oh, this intelligent tiling. This is also new feature. Standard infrequent, one zone infrequent, RRS, Glacier, and intelligent tiling. So we already discussed standard infrequent. Already we discussed one zone, long lived infrequent access, not it's only for one zone. Like this, in that there we have multiple available zones, right? So we can upload data into only one zone only. It means it will applicable for only for one zone. Glacier, intelligent tiling, long lived data which is changing or unknown access pattern. This is also new feature, intelligent tiling, that I will check and I will let you know later. Okay, Uday?
Okay.
So this intelligent, one though they introduced before 6 months, I think so, before 6 months only. Intelligent tiling maximum before 1 month or 2 months they introduced this intelligent tiling. So here, whatever storage class you want, you can so update later also. Once you upload, after upload also, so you can change your storage class as per your requirement. Otherwise, while uploading data, so while uploading your data, upload. So just any one thing. So next, here also you can see. Here also you can allow the access for public. You want to make public, so you can make the public. You can see grant public read access. Or you want to give access for any other account. Here you can mention the other account ID. If you want to share this file with other account, this also you can do it. So if you want here you can allow the public. Okay. Here you can select the whatever storage class you want based on your requirement. So whatever storage class you want, here you can select. Next, just review upload. This is very important, Uday. Very important.
Yes, Ram.
Okay. So now I will give us. We will see one scenario. For example, I have some file here. Okay, file here. Okay. So customer requested some file something. Okay, we want to upload file here. We are customer something to S3, right? So first 1 month. First 1 month. Okay, first 1 month. So data is very important. Very important. Okay. So first 1 month my data is very important. Okay. So I want. So okay. Okay, so I have a file here. So customer, okay, so customer told that the first month my file is my data is very important. If it is high cost, also no problem. Okay, I want to return highest percentage of my data as much as I can. So after 1 month, okay, cost is important. After 1 month, so after 1 month rate. Pelas. Something after 1 month, right? If I lose the data, so I can regenerate, I can recreate again. That is not important. After 1 month, that is not important. Okay, if I, for example, if by mistake if I lose data in S3, so I can recreate, I can reproduce. Okay, so and here my cost also I want to say my cost also compared to my previous month. So after something 3 months, after 3 months, frequently. So after 6 months, after 6 months, after 1 year, delete. Okay, so this is my requirement. So customer requested, so like this. We want to maintain the data, so like this. First 1 month, my data is very important. So if it is I cards also, no issues. My data is important. After 1 month, data is not important. Okay. If I lose my data also, if I lose my data, I can reproducible, I can regenerate. Right? But my second month, my cost is important compared to my previous month. After 3 months, I will not access my data frequently. I will access somewhere like 2 months, 3 months, 4 months, 5 months. Like that. I will not access frequently. After 6 months, just make it RQ. After 1 year, delete the data. Okay, so just tell me here what type of storage classes we can use here. Right? What type of storage classes I can use here?
So in first case, we will use standard.
Okay.
In second case, we will use reduce redundancy storage or infrequent access.
Okay, so okay.
RRS. In third
Okay.
case, definitely infrequent access.
Okay.
And in fourth case, it will be Glacier.
Yeah. Okay, I see.
And in fifth case, we will delete data.
Just expire. Okay,
Expire.
some expire. So all these things we can automate. So we have a concept life cycle. Using this life cycle concepts, we can automate all these things. So life cycles, same thing. Whatever we discussed, same thing. An object life cycle first is a set of rules that automate the migration of an object storage class to a different storage class or deletion based on specific time intervals. Same thing. Whatever we discussed, same thing. So later you can go through this documentation. Same thing. Whatever we discussed, same thing. You go here. Properties. So life cycles. It's not here. Management. So you can see life cycles. Yeah, life cycle rule. Here you can rule. It's some test. Okay. So if you want any prefix, means within that bucket, any particular file, particular something, you can make it. Otherwise, entire bucket also you can make it. Current version or previous version. The versioning we didn't discuss it, right? That we will discuss later. Here, current version or the previous version. The versioning we didn't discuss, so we'll discuss later. You can see here, add transition. So, okay. In this case, this file, whatever this file, okay, it is a standard, very much standard. So, after 30 days, after 1 month, it will move to IA, standard to standard IA. So here you can, okay, so you can make it all these rules, whatever you want. What is it? It's not coming, it's not dragging. Okay, something. Okay, right. Something, okay, here, like, okay, whatever you want, here you can. Okay, so here, it's not coming here. Oh, okay. Here, right, so you can select the whatever you want. Okay, was it?
Okay, Ram.
Just create this thing. Just for example, here you can see. So the expiration for current version. So after this many days, it will expire. It will expire. Just example. Okay. So same thing. Whatever we discussed here, right? I am unable to these things at transition. So what I will do, unable to. Okay. So like this, okay, whatever you want, you can define that rules here. So after this many days, just standard infrequent, RRS, and glacier. Finally, after 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, something, just delete it, expire. So IntelliJ, right? So did just okay. Yes, IntelliJ is not coming. I just have to remove this thing. Just leave it. Where's my rule? Load. Where's my rule here? Not depend rule. Just refresh. Two errors. Left cycle. You can see just now we defined it. So like this, you can define whatever you want for current version or previous version, update a whole bucket, a particular any prefix, whatever you want, you can give it here. Was I okay? Any questions here?
No question, Ram.
So okay, so this is the one thing. Versioning, you can see here versioning. For example, so now in this bucket, okay, take any one bucket. Take any one bucket. So new. So I have one file that sample something another. You can see here nothing is there. The versioning another. So go properties. Versioning means same. Just we can maintain the versions like version 1, version 2, those kind of things. So versioning. Okay. So just versioning old version, new version. So that we can maintain the versions only. So later you can go through this documentation and FAQs. Don't forget to read documentation. Uday, it's very important. Okay. Not only practice, you should know theory also. In sometimes right, they love more theory in interview. Just try to
Yes,
read
Ram.
the and FAQs. Right. So here by default the versioning is disabled. Okay, by default it's disabled. If you want to enable, just enable it. You can see here enabled. Once you enable, then you can't disable. Once you enable it, you can't disable. If you want, you can suspend, but you can't disable. By default, it is disabled. You can see here. Okay, disable. If you want, so we can enable. Once enable, we can't disable. We can suspend if you want, but we can't disable. So just enable. So I enable here. You can see. If we go here, so now you can see here versions hide or so just so. Okay. As of now, I have only one file. Again, I will upload same file. Same file. Again, I will upload. Okay, sample AWS resume. Now you can see, now this is latest version. This is old version. Again, I will upload same file. Now you can see this is the latest file. These two are the old files. You can see here. See version ID. Here I didn't enable the versioning concept. Here I enabled versioning. That's why after enabling my versioning, see I can see the version ID. So okay, if you disable or if you suspend your versioning, you will not get the your version ID, that particular ID enter. You can see here. Here this file I upload here in this time I uploaded my file before enabling my versioning. That's why here nothing is there. The versioning ID, nothing is there. If you enable your version, so you can get the versioning ID, that unique ID. So this is the latest. These are the world versions. For example, if I remove this file, if I delete this file, then this file will become the latest version. You can see here, I am removing 1027. Once I remove this file 1026 will become the latest file. Actions download, where is remove? Delete. Now you can see, so 1026 become the latest one. Okay, Uday?
Yes, Ram. Yes.
So now what I will do, again I will go to properties. Now just suspend the your versioning. Suspend the versioning. Enable. Sorry. Object login. Versioning, just suspend it. So if again I'll just try to upload the same file now. Okay. So again I will upload same file. Okay. You can see here. So again I'll upload the same file. But it's not uploaded. You can see here. Means here I disabled the versioning. So that's why it is not maintaining. Okay, so you can see here. For this thing, I didn't get any that version ID. Why? Because here I suspended. If you suspend, here you will not get the unique ID.
Ram, now I think there are some changes, right? Previously, after enabling versioning, when you delete any file or any version of the file, then it used to put delete marker on it. And then we have to delete that delete marker also. Correct? But now I cannot see any delete marker. It is directly deleting that version of the file.
Here I disabled my versions, right? I disabled my versions. That's why.
Okay, that delete marker concept is still there.
No, if you disable that versioning, right, nothing. So no versions, no date marker, nothing is there. Just only one file.
Okay, okay.
Okay. So this is the versioning, right? So we know, say, bucket, object, folder, simple, like similar. folder. We can create the folders also, which is the bucket. Here's the bucket. We can create the folders also to save same group of objects. Same group of objects. You can see it. Create folder. Something. This is the inscription. We'll see later. Just refresh. Refresh. Okay. Here, yeah. So here you can see that. Same is like a folder, like normal folder. Within the bucket, we can create the folder also to save like same group of objects. Okay, Uday?
Yes, Ram.
So that is folder, bucket, object, folder, storage classes, versioning, lifecycle policies. We have starting website hosting and events. So 10:30, right? Okay, so we'll finish the starting. Okay, so we'll see the starting website hosting. The remaining things, if you want, we can see tomorrow. Okay.
Yes, no problem. We can see it tomorrow.
No, now we'll continue this thing, starting website hosting. Okay, the remaining things we'll see tomorrow.
Yes, yes, yes.
Means starting buckets. We can upload, we can host static websites. Means the content that does not change frequently. We can host our static websites in S3 also. Supported language, anything, text file, HTML, Java, Python, any language also no issues. We can host all the static websites into S3. This thing will call the S3 static website hosting. Very, 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 very important. Very important. Okay, so here, so for low cost, for high reliable web hosting service for static website, so we can host our static website hosting using any language, any format language. But we'll see. What I will do, I'll go to take in one bucket, just remove, just removing all these things, just to avoid confusion. Here, so here you can see. So here I have some. Okay, here I have one text file. Main whatever file, text file, HTML, Java, Python, whatever language you want, you can deploy it. Here I'm deploying text files. Here I have one something. Just assume that this is my main website. My main website means my main content website. Okay, just for example. If you want, you can host the HTML or Python, Java, whatever you want. Just here, just I'm hosting my text files. So I have one website, one file called main. Whatever name you want, you can put it. The name you wish, whatever name you want, you can put it. Just assume that this is my main website. So, and I have one more file like errors. Here I have some error documentation. Okay. Something error. Some error messages. So I have a main website and I have some error documentation. Why error documentation means if something happened to your main documentation, something happened to your main content and main website or main documentation, this error page will display. This error page will display. Okay. Some error content, error messages. Means if something happened to your website, your main website, then this error will display. So that's why I have two files. One is main, one is error file. And what I will do, so I will upload my two files to my bucket. So error, upload, and one more thing is so main. Right. So here, okay, in one bucket, I uploaded my website, my main website. This is my main website. In this website, okay, in this file, in this website, in this something in this file, I have in this I have main content. This is my error page. If something happened to my main page, then this error will display to customer. Okay, Uday?
Yes, got it.
So now what I will do? Go properties. So not no, properties. No, go here management. Go management. So not management here. Permissions. Properties. Here you can see here. Static website hosting. Host a static website which does not require server-side technologies. By default disabled. Just enable it. Just enable it. Just enable. Here I will refer the my main documentation, my error documentation. In my case, so main.txt here error.txt in my case. Just two files I uploaded my document, my bucket, and I referring my pages here. Okay. I enabled by default is disabled. It was disabled. I enabled this website hosting, and here I referred my main content file and my error page. What do they?
Yes.
Just take this URL, just copy, just save it, save. So I enabled, okay. Now right, if I browse that URL, I think by default it's private. Access denied, you can see something. Go here, go your bucket, just make it public. Go here. So just make it public. Same thing. So the second file also just make it public. Make it public. Now just refresh. I can see my main website content. Okay, Uday?
Yes, Ram. Yes.
For example, just assume that your main content, this one, your main content, main page, main content corrupted, or some removed, or deleted, or corrupted, something happened, corrupted something. Okay. Just okay, corrupted, or deleted something and all. If I refresh now, here you will get your error page.
Okay. Okay. Okay.
So like this, we can deploy our static websites into S3. We can host our static websites into S3.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, fine. So later you can go through FAQs and the documentation without fail. So these things we'll discuss later. So that is the one thing, and here you can see if you go property site, in properties, here you can see object level logging. Means if you want to monitor your logs, here we can okay, we can enable just object level logs. Okay. You enable these logs to monitor S3 logs. Same thing here. You can see events, something events means notification. So, for example, if we put post, copy, delete, something happened, so okay, we will get the notification. If you give some SNS topic, so some February. In this topic, I have one email ID, right? Something happened to some, for example, deleted or put means upload, copy means I think copy, post means like kind of updated, I think so. Something happened, these things, okay, on that time, so we will get the it will trigger the one notification or mail to this email ID. These events. Request page we will discuss tomorrow. Tax, same thing. To track the cost under, so use tax track your cost projects. So you can use the tax. This we'll see tomorrow. And encryption. Encryption we'll see. Logs, object level logs, and server access logs. So if you want to enable for monitoring purpose, so you can enable all these logs. Encryption we will discuss tomorrow. So permissions, you can see here, this is the ACLs. Same thing, just now we discussed it, right? If you want to make public, here we can make the public. Or if you want to save with other account, you can save with other account. That will the ACLs. In VPC we have an ACL, this is different. In VPC, right? EC2 VPC, that is different. This is bucket policy we'll discuss tomorrow. On management. So life cycles, visa, you can see a replication. So here we have one more option. You can see here cross region replication. In area, why this one? Uday, in area, why this one?
I think for backup purpose.
Yeah, DR. For example,
Yes.
I uploaded my data into Mumbai. Something happened. Something happened to Mumbai region. We will lose all our data, right? All our data, right? So if you enable this cross region replication, so for example, this is my North Virginia, okay? So it will replicate the my data into here also. If something happened to here, I can get it. I can get my data here also. It's kind of DR. It's a backup purpose. So does not enable versions tower next. So bucket, which bucket you want? Which bucket do you want? Destination bucket. So destination bucket, right? So where I don't have any buckets. So create something, some region, which region? Take it Singapore. So same thing, okay. The changes for replicated destination, the permissions, those things. Role name. I think here we don't have a rule, right? Means here we did not rule because here we are communicating two regions, right? Two regions. So create role name cross something cross S3 enabled. Next, save it. For DR purpose, for DR or backup purpose, so we can create the, so like we can enable the cross region replication. You can see here source bucket, source bucket region, same thing, all these things under. Okay,
Yes, Ram.
this is very important. In interview they will ask. For example, okay, same thing, okay, same for DR purpose. For For example, in S3, I uploaded my data in Mumbai region. So, okay, like I want to access in some other region also, or DR or backup. How to make it? Just simple, just enable the cross region replication. So, like first copy, secondary copy, like first copy, primary copy, secondary copy. This is okay. This is very important.
Yes, Ram.
This is very important. Okay, cross region is very important in production. In interview also very important. Right? Yeah. Okay, fine. So remaining things we will discuss tomorrow.
Okay.
First 20 minutes or half an hour we will close S3, then we will start the DNS.
Okay.
Okay, thanks. See you tomorrow.